नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and blessings. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, Srimahans, Mahants, Tanedar, Kotaris, visitors, viewers, sitting with us all over the world through Nityananda TV and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Third day of Paramashiva Brahmotsavam, celebrating the cosmic happening of Paramashiva. Let's first offer our worship, reverence to Paramashiva and then continue the satsang.
ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रप्रचोदयात्। ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रप्रचोदयात्। ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रप्रचोदयात्। ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रदह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो दधातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षान् धारयामि।
With this offering to Paramashiva, let's enter into today's satsang. Today's webinar is Erasing Malefic Effects of Planets Through Superpowers. Listen. The moment I utter the word planets, I remember how my Guru, Paramashiva, taught and made me realize about the grahas in Pratyaksha Pramana. My Guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara, how he taught me this whole science as Pratyaksha Pramana. Still now I don't think I have spoken about it in public. First time I am going to talk. Understand? One day, I was sitting at the feet of Arunagiri Yogeshwara and he was talking about so many things, and suddenly the conversation turned into grahas. He spoke about Navagrahas. I was looking at him so deeply. Literally everything he was revealing was getting into my system. So deep, like if he utters one word, like a condensed 1 petabyte material, information will be transformed into my system, transferred into my system. Listen. The number of words spoken, the quantity and quality of the knowledge transmitted was not matching. That is why I am saying Paramashiva teaches in silence. Listen carefully. When we say Dakshinamurti teaches in silence, it is not that he never utters a word, but the number of words uttered and the quantity and quality of the knowledge, information transmitted, the wisdom transmitted, does not logically connect or equate, rationally inexplicable. Just by a word, he will transmit almost 1 petabyte information. Every word he was uttering, petabytes of information was getting transmitted into my system. The system was getting loaded. Understand? This is unique knowledge transmission method of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. You cannot use the word education for this. No. That is why we cannot say Nityananda Hindu University is reviving Hindu education system. No, it is reviving Hindu knowledge transmission system. Hindu knowledge transmission is totally different from anything known to the world by the name education. By the word education. Whatever you know by the word education does not equate the Hindu knowledge transmission process. Nityananda University revives the Hindu knowledge transmission process. What was happening between Arunagiri Yogeshwara and me? What Paramashiva shared with me? That very methodology I am adopting and transmitting. That is why even though you spend only half an hour listening to the satsang, whole day you are in that same mood, because time spent is only half an hour, but the amount of information, quantity and quality of the knowledge transmitted is disproportionate. It's not proportionate. Understand? It was like intense cosmic downloading happening from him to my system, like from his body to my body. Suddenly, maybe the reasons known only to him, he decided to teach the whole science of Navagrahas, showing directly the grahas to me. And he just did something like this. I do not know whether he took me to the space of Kailasa or he brought the grahas to Arunachala, where I was sitting with him. I was sitting with him in the temple, in Arunachaleshwara temple. Whether he brought them here or he took me there, I do not know. But suddenly I saw like a chess coins all the Navagrahas, alive, living, moving. And I immediately bowed down to them. The moment I realized they are alive, I immediately bowed down to them. Because I bowed down, I remember very clearly that they were alive, not stone replica or a small toy. No. They were alive, breathing, smiling, fully conscious. Immediately I bowed down to them. A few months before, I went to Tiruchendur and did the Navagraha Puja. When I was invoking all the Navagrahas and bowing down, I saw that same darshan repeating and all the grahas were alive. They were all blessing. Then he started talking about every graha and explaining who holds what energy and who does what responsibility, and the whole science he transmitted into me, the whole knowledge of Jyotisha. As I said, the words he uttered and the quantity and quality of the information transmitted was unimaginable. He also taught me an important sacred secret. If you can bring a powerful cognition in you and do dharana, dhyana, samadhi on that powerful cognition and be humble to the grahas, understand? Humbleness pleases the grahas. Be humble to the crows. Sunny will be blessed. Sunny will be blessing you. Humbleness pleases the grahas. Whenever you are humble, be very clear. Graha doshas are getting solved. Somebody asked me, why were you bowing down so much for the priests who came from Tiruvannamalai? I said, they are representatives of Paramashiva. They touch Mahadeva's physical form every day. Muppodum Tirumeni Tinduvar. They may not know whom they are touching. I know whom they are touching. Be humble to Brahmanas. Shukracharya and Brihaspati will be completely pleased with you. Humbleness makes the grahas happy with you. Just these two instructions. Of course, Arunagiri Yogeshwara taught so much. I'll reveal some of the Uttama, best instructions. First thing he said, manifest powerful cognitions and intensely do dharana, dhyana, samadhi on it. When I say powerful cognitions, like I am consciousness is powerful cognition. I am body is powerless cognition. I am body also is powerful cognition. Understand, I am giving the examples. I am body is powerless cognition. I am body also is powerful cognition. I am consciousness is powerful cognition. Collection of the bunch of powerful cognitions is Sankhya Yoga. Kapila compiled all the powerful cognitions together and presented to the world as the Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya Shastra, Sankhya Darshana. Listen. if you start manifesting powerful cognitions with intense dharana, dhyana, samadhi, for example, I'll give you one powerful cognition. You are Paramashiva. Whatever you feel as I is Paramashiva. Understand, what you manifest as I may not be Paramashiva. You may manifest the idea your body is I, but you are feeling what you feel as I is Paramashiva. Listen carefully. You may tell the whole world you are this. You are, I am this person, I am a lawyer, I am an engineer, I am a doctor. That may be powerless cognition. That may not be Paramashiva. But what you really feel as you is Paramashiva. You need to understand that. I am not interested in lying. With all my integrity to Arunagiri Yogeshwara and Paramashiva, who is Paramashiva, of course. With all my integrity to Arunagiri Yogeshwara, I just surrendered and told them, let the words, every word I utter be as you revealed. Listen, with my complete integrity to Arunagiri Yogeshwara, who is Paramashiva himself, I am revealing as he revealed to me. Whatever you talk, you show, you explain, you manifest, may not be Paramashiva, but whatever you feel as I is Paramashiva. Understand? He has taken me straight to the source of the universe and revealed those very truths. I am letting him reveal through this body to all of you. Listen carefully, precisely. If you decide you are Paramashiva, inhale and exhale with that powerful cognition you are Paramashiva. That is pranayama. Let your whole inner space be withdrawn into this one cognition you are Paramashiva. That is pratyahara. Let your whole inner space flow with this one truth, powerful cognition. You are Paramashiva. That is dharana. Let your whole inner space be centered. Feel full that you are Paramashiva. That is dhyana. Let your whole inner space be absorbed and dissolved into the powerful cognition you are Paramashiva. That is samadhi. Whenever you do samyama, understand? Pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. These four put together is called samyama. Some commentators say dharana, dhyana, samadhi, these three put together is samyama, like Swami Vivekananda. But some of the traditional commentators say pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, all the four put together is samyama. Whatever it is, let me reveal as Paramashiva revealed it to me, to you all. Let him reveal as he revealed it to me. As per Paramashiva, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, all four put together is called samyama. Whenever you do a samyama on powerful cognition, and powerful cognition manifests, you manifest the state, space, powers, and being of Paramashiva. Whenever you manifest any powerful cognitions revealed by Paramashiva, compiled by Kapila, and be humble to the grahas. Grahas support you, protect you, liberate you from any malefic, evil, negative effects. Listen carefully. I am revealing the whole science. There are multiple powerful cognitions. Whenever you do samyama on any of the powerful cognition and manifest that powerful cognition as powers, and be humble to the grahas, means being humble to the grahas is what I call doing graha puja. Navagraha dosha santi nivarana pujas. Understand? That is the way you convey to them you are humble. Just because you are manifesting powers, powerful cognitions, you are not arrogant, you are humble. Understand? Be humble to Brahmanas. Be humble to animals. Be humble to grahas. Humbleness makes the grahas decide not to humiliate you. If you are humble, they will never humiliate you. I am so happy Paramashiva is just manifesting precisely and revealing, putting everything in the words in a precise way all of you can understand. I feel job satisfaction. Listen. Many times people ask me, Swamiji, if you do samyama, if we do samyama, what we manifest will be siddhis. Patanjali also says Vibhudipada. He gives multiple powerful cognitions and asks us to do samyama, and then this siddhis powers will manifest. And what's the difference between those siddhis and what Swamiji teaches us Shakti? What's the difference? Please understand, the system Paramashiva is sharing with you all through this body, through me. Is starting with the fundamental cognition that you are Paramashiva, ultimate. Normally, when you practice the Patanjali system, your unmanifest decides you are a man and you have to move towards God. So that is the fundamental cognition with which you develop powerful cognitions, you do pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, samyama and manifest powers. Here, the system Paramashiva is revealing through me, the whole foundation is different. Here the foundation is you are Paramashiva. Understand? Your unmanifest recognizes that you are Paramashiva even if you have not yet manifested it. There is a complete shift in the whole foundation from where you are beginning. The beginning, starting point is not you are a man, you need to reach divine. No. You are a divine, you need to manifest divine. Understand? That is why what Paramashiva is revealing through this body and through this system, through this methodology, any samyama you do on powerful cognitions, you manifest only Shaktis, powers, not siddhis. I'll give you experiential understanding. Pratyaksha pramana. Understand? if you are feeling that your unmanifest is in love with me, centered on me, be very clear. Your avyakta, unmanifest, is already accepted the foundation point that you are Paramashiva. Paramashivoham, unless your avyakta, unmanifest component of you decides to accept this truth, Paramashivoham, you are Paramashiva, it will not fall in love with me. Please be informed. Every day before morning puja, whatever people may tell about you, whatever Swamiji, right or wrong, but I am in love with you. Be very clear. You are centered on the truth, Nityananda Paramashivoham. And the powerful cognition you manifest will be only Shakti, powers, not Siddhis. There are two cognition. Listen to it very carefully. Whatever people may say, whatever I hear, right or wrong, but I am in love with you. I know you are Paramashiva and I love you. It means your unmanifest is centered on the cognition. I represent Paramashivoham. If you say, I know you are Paramashiva, I love you also, but then forget about it. Even if you manifest powers, it is only Siddhis. See, there is two things. I love you, but Siddhis. Even if you manifest, it is Siddhis. Miracles, not power. Whatever I hear, right or wrong, good or bad, but I know you are Paramashiva and I love you. If the but comes before the sentence or the but comes after the sentence, decides whether you are manifesting Siddhis or Shaktis. That's it. Whatever it is, but I love you. I love you, but there is a big difference. Understand, fundamentally, your avyakta, unmanifest, is programmed to fall in love with the highest goal of your existence. If your unmanifest is in love with me beyond your logical understanding, rationality, you are manifesting powers, Shakti. There's no doubt. If not, even if you manifest powers, it is only Siddhi. Maybe for some time, till you have your ability to practice, it will continue. But good, Siddhi also not wrong. Okay, good beginning. But Shakti will be permanent, eternal. Because you are grounded on Paramashiva. Understand? Every powerful cognition grounded on Guru Bhakti manifests as powers, Shakti. Otherwise, surely it manifests Siddhis. It's not that it is useless, but it will manifest Siddhis. Here, let me talk about the Shaktis. Paramashiva reveals beautifully. Listen very carefully. Every graha is embodiment of certain powerful cognitions. If you decide to do samyama on those powerful cognitions and be humble to those grahas, all those malefic effects will be cleared. You will be blessed and showered. Navagraha dosha nivarana puja or Navagraha shanti homa or Navagraha pujas are all just to make you understand those powerful cognitions and make you practice humbleness. That's all. Listen carefully. I'll reveal more and more whatever Mahadeva has revealed, Paramashiva has revealed to me. Now let me come back to this story. He showed all the grahas and taught me the whole thing. Then after everything was done, he just moved the hand. I don't know whether he brought me back to this planet Earth or he sent the grahas back to their place. Everything was normal. And it was too much, I tell you. I was in awe. Anyhow, the whole knowledge transmission was done. Then I asked him, Swamiji, did you take me there and showed the planets, or did you bring the planets and showed me here? He laughed and said, hey, I brought them here. See, I saw 9 stones on the floor. He was laughing. He was trying to tell me that, hey, through these stones only I taught you. I brought them here. I said, then what was happening there? If the grahas are not there, what would have happened to the world, planet Earth? If somebody looks up, if the sun is not there, what will happen? He laughed and said, I froze the time. Nobody was allowed to look up. Please understand. I am telling as it happened. That's why I told him, please, you reveal, you utter the right words. I wanted the whole thing to be integrated. In integrity, with integrity. Let complete integrity be maintained with Paramashiva. He laughed and said, I froze the time so nobody can look up. Till the whole thing was happening, it was too much. I asked him, can I take these 9 stones? I wanted to keep them in my puja. He laughed and said, why just these stones? I'll install them. I'll put them in a land which will be later on, can be beautiful temple. He just blinked his eyes. Both of us were sitting in a place where now the banyan tree is planted in Tiruvannamalai Adinam. That is precise spot. That was the spot. He put all the 9 stones and we both were suddenly sitting there. We just disappeared from the temple and appeared here. And he pushed all the 9 stones on the ground and said, this place will radiate the powers of Navagrahas. Later on, you will understand why I did this here. Of course, maybe after decades, many years, we got that property. Now the ashram is there. When I went back, I know that is the property. That is the reason I put Navagraha Vanas there. Nakshatra Vana in that area for all the grahas and nakshatras to be present and bless everyone. Whoever goes and sits and meditates on Arunagiri Yogeshwara there, with the powerful cognition of Paramashivoham, Arunachala will bless Arunagiri Yogeshwara will bless, Paramashiva will bless and liberate all of them from all the malefic effects of planets. Go and sit in that Navagrahavana, Nakshatravana, and meditate on the powerful cognition. Do samyama on the powerful cognition. Nityananda Paramashivoham. You are Paramashiva. Chanting Mahavakya. Do samyama. And be humble to Navagrahas. Be humble to Navagrahas. You will be blessed, liberated. No malefic effects will touch you. You will be free from all malefic effects and you will be only blessed and supported, and blessings will be showered on you. By Navagrahas and Paramashiva. I bless you all. Let the grace of Paramashiva be on all of us and liberate all of us from all the ill effects of planets. And let the blessings of planets be showered on us. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhat Vaita Saivam, Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.